sure you check out our new sponsor, The Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man. Stuff ain't going right in Houston land. Apparently James Harden went to management and told them that it's either him or me, talking about Chris Paul. Chris Paul didn't want better, told management he wanted to be traded. And this can be a sticky situation and a tough situation, okay? It said, Yahoo, Bleacher Report, I think Yahoo broke the story. I'll put an article link in the description, that the relationship is unsalvageable, man. Let's check in, man, to talk about it. Goodfellow Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in with your boy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, won't miss another video. And I just got done doing another video, which I was planning to upload later. I'm pretty trying to I'm pretty much trying to figure out what type of live stream I'm gonna do after I upload this video. Basketball or boxing, either one or the two. And then I'll do the other one tomorrow. I did both yesterday. I'm not doing two today. I tied. But Daryl Morey I think he just did an interview on ESPN the other day, or I don't know, or whatever. He dropped an interview with I don't know who it was, the Athletics, who rise. Shout out to the Athletics, man. They making like major moves out there, man. Shout out to Clutch Points too. I got much love for Clutch Points, man. But Daryl Morey, their general manager, said that Chris Paul hasn't demanded a trade. So unless he was lying, which could have happened, or this just happened like today, or before or after he did their interview, you know, unfortunately he gonna have to bust a move. Okay, my whole thing about the situation is this, okay, about Chris Paul. Chris Paul is one of the most unlikable dudes in the NBA. Okay, it's an interview out there with Kenyon Martin. He was on the Colin Hurd and just said Chris Paul is a company man. Okay, he's your classic, work snitch. I heard. That's just what it is. He said he act like he cool with the players, and then he go kick it with the white collars behind the closed doors. Basically, y'all call Kevin Durant a snake. Chris Paul the real snake. Okay? Kevin Durant ain't really did shit snakish but create a burner account. It was his prerogative to go to Golden State. But Chris Paul is said to be one of the most unlikable players in the NBA. Okay, he was kicking it with LeBron this weekend. Cool. But Chris Paul, a ton of people don't like him. You know, and I thought him in the Blake Griffin situation, you know, obviously Blake Griffin thought he won, but Griffin had an amazing career amazing year this year other than injury. I'm a Piston fan, so I watch a ton of their games. And if you a Piston fan or a Detroit native or whatever, check out my other channel, Motor City Sports Talk. Salute. But I didn't know what happened between him and Blake Griffin. I know it didn't end well, okay? So I didn't know at that point in time that Chris Paul was a problem. You know, camaraderie-wise, chemistry-wise. But as you go on to hear these stories in the back, behind the scenes, and you hear people bring shit to light, like Kenyon Martin interview on the Herd, and that he's just not a likable guy, people don't like Chris Paul, it don't surprise me. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan reportedly didn't like him, said he was just barking at him all day, and, you know, pretty much he didn't like Chris Paul. Well, okay. Blake Griffin, I believe he feel the same way. Didn't like Chris Paul. You know what? DeAndre Jordan don't seem like an unlikable guy. I don't know him behind the scenes. Blake Griffin, everything I heard around the city, outstanding citizen. I haven't met a person who don't like Blake Griffin that ran into him around the city. Okay? James Harden, I haven't heard much about James Harden. I know he keep his women in rotation, but a bad person, didn't hear about it in Oklahoma City, didn't hear about it in Houston. So at the end of the day, sometimes you need to look in yourself in the mirror. And obviously, it's Chris Paul. Everybody can't be bad. James Harden, I ain't heard nobody say nothing about James. And obviously, I don't know what happened between them. I talked about it in a video. Right after they lost, they got into a heated argument in the locker room. And maybe Chris Paul say, man, where the F you at, man? You always choking. Like, damn, I'm balling out here. You choking. Give me the fucking ball. And he probably won something like that. And James Harden, he do got a problem getting over the hump. He do got a fear when it's time to win. He do mail it in. Chris Paul, at the end of his career, James Harden, I got plenty of years left. Chris Paul at the end of his career, damn near, he want to win. You know? But you know who I blame for this shit going south? You know who I blame? I don't blame James. I don't 100% blame Chris Paul. I don't blame Daryl Morey, their owner. I blame Mike D'Antoni for not having the basic basketball coaching skills and IQ to have James Harden play off the ball more. Let Chris Paul run the offense a lot more. And James Harden still can have the ball. But guess what? The last few years, y'all been getting bounced. It's been him pounding the ball, maybe pick and roll, going 1-on-5. It's shown that in the majority of your series with the Phoenix Suns and now with the Houston Rockets, that you need half-court execution, half-court plays. You need to get James Harden some easy buckets, some backdoor cuts, coming off screens. He need to be working off the ball to get easy buckets. He working too hard. You asking him to go 1-on-5 and shoot 30-foot three-pointers and shit like that. When you got a point guard and Chris Paul, who y'all can clearly run a motion offense or something, Princeton-style offense, and have more motions and backdoor cuts instead of doing isolation basketball and basic pick and roll. I blame him for not making this shit work. You know what I'm saying? They should have a way more fluid offense, and they don't. There's no way they should have lost to Golden State Warriors. Chris Paul had a good game at the end, but you know what? It's either one of them got the ball, the other one pounded it, and watch the other one, pound the ball into the ground. It's a Mike D'Antoni problem. But James Harden, it's either him or me. I don't give a shit. Y'all say y'all willing to trade everybody. That's what Houston say. They ain't nobody off limits. James Harden says him and me. I don't give a shit. Fuck this. And you know what's the sad part about it? That James Harden is more tradable than Chris Paul. Chris Paul, they just signed him to a contract extension. I can't remember how long it was, but he making almost 40. He gonna end up making $41 million at some point in this contract. $40+ million. Older point guard. Who want that? LA ain't got the cap space for that. LA don't have the cap space for that. You talking about you demanding a trade? How we gonna trade you with that cap? With that salary. I don't know exactly what Andrew Wiggins making. Maybe they can make a deal out where they can send him up to Minnesota. Him, Karl Anthony Towns. But do Minnesota really want to take on that contract with that old fragile man? The Knicks need a superstar. I think the Knicks is the most solid place. You tell me they got the cap room. If the Knicks don't get nobody after giving up Porzingis, they need somebody. They need a show pony. It might be an old show pony. Okay, his hooves might be a little bit messed up. But, hey, just give me Dennis Smith Jr. back. And maybe a couple other guys. I don't know who all over it. I know they probably don't want to part ways with Kevin Knox. But maybe Emmanuel Muti. I don't know what they looking to have. Alonzo Tears, he's still under contract. I think the Knicks is the only spot I really could think of. Knicks, Minnesota. I mean, will Philadelphia be stupid enough to do that? Possibly sign and trade. Maybe Jimmy Butler to Houston. I mean, that may work. Sign Jimmy Butler, say, okay, we're going to send you to Houston for Chris Paul. I don't know what they're going to do with Ben Simmons. I don't know if they want to send, Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler down there because the salaries don't match up. At least for Ben Simmons, he's on a rookie deal. So, I don't know what they going to do. This ain't an easy contract to move. Clippers don't want him back. Sacramento don't need him. Golden State don't need him. So, where do you go from here? Phoenix? I'm not sure how much cap space Phoenix got. Maybe they want to pair Chris Paul in Indiana. I think they rather had D'Angelo Russell. Maybe Orlando looking for a point guard for Chris Paul. I think they looking for, I don't know what their cap situation look. Maybe they could side and trade Vujovic over there if Houston can move Clint Capella. So it's options out there. I would say New York is the number one. Minnesota up there, Orlando, Phoenix. I think some of them teams are options. I think they can move it, but it depends on who really want to take a chance. I know if Phoenix need a point guard bad. Markelle Fultz down in Orlando, will he ever be the same? They looking for a point guard. The Miami Heat, I don't know. Goran Dragic just went into an option. So it is what it is. I linked that article in the description, but I wouldn't trade no James Harden. Chris Paul would have to go. Maybe they can come to a buyout. I doubt it at that price. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, and video request. Continue to share the videos. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Box to get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, soaps, lotions, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Website, promo code in the description. Check out the Patreon. Want to make a donation? That link's there as well, too. Check out our NBA playlist. One time for the one time we gone.